Mental health to me has been a huge issue throughout my life. I'm 33 now, and I never considered emotional or mental health as actual things until I was 30. So everything from birth to 30 years old has been the experience I've needed to start thinking of mental health as a priority. That's probably because until you know who you are, it's hard to make something like mental health a priority, which is why I think these things manifest themselves a little later in life. I'm a born orphan, foster kid, adoptee, runaway, drug addict, alcoholic, recovering now. I've dealt with gang affiliation, violence, both as the victim and perpetrator, suicidal failure, and just all around lost soul. I've dealt with these things like depression, PTSD, and then the anxiety that comes from both of those things. If I could say anything to a community of people who also understand that type of struggle to varying degrees, it'd be that you definitely ain't alone. No matter what, we can overcome. That's less motivational speaker and more literally, because I've done it and continue to do it, so I know it works, or at least makes things a lot better. It's what gives me the courage to talk about my problems, because I was taught and raised to never feel, talk about, or even hint that you have any problems. I learned physical health a while ago through fighting as a boxer at Simon's Park in Chicago, Humboldt Park, and CMA, current martial arts in the suburbs of Chicago. I mentioned that because what I had to learn was to use all the lessons I learned as a fighter and apply them to my emotional or mental battles, because I was unconsciously in constant fear of certain things in my past and always was trying to escape them through things that were not healthy for me, like drugs, alcohol, violence. The biggest thing I had to realize was that emotional and mental numbness, or feeling nothing or not giving a fuck, is different than emotional control. And while they can appear similar in their expression, they are completely opposite. It's like one person is barely holding on, afraid to do anything because of that other side of themselves, and one accepts that fear and uses it to maintain and move on. I am the latter today, and that came from just a choice and a lot of hard work from then on. So now I train, just like I did as a fighter, but I just train my heart and my mind, or if you want to think of it a different way, my nervous system and my brain. So I meditate, I do things like meditation, I exercise, yoga, that's sort of like an emotional plus and a physical aspect of exercise. I write, I took an acting class even, I draw, I started drawing again, and those things are for me, for my sanity, and only to share with myself. So that's like some nice things I do for myself. I also attribute my continued success to my friends and family, and I'm only related to one of them as an orphan, but they are my family, especially my daughter and her big brother, all my friends who have supported me even when it didn't make them look cool, my adoptive and foster families, and anyone else I've learned from. And if you expand that to everyone they learn from, I really have to thank the entire world. And I'm actually used to that scope, because I used to blame the whole world and everyone in it for my problems. I continue to accept and love who I am, faults and all, and choose to be better every day compared to who I was yesterday.